Right now, your awareness is drawn to those places, these relationships, where perhaps you need more independence and autonomy. Maybe it's a relationship, a romantic relationship, maybe it's a work relationship, maybe it's even a relationship to work itself or to money or more of a general uh, thing. So the energies right now are very supportive of us in creating more independence and autonomy. So that is if you're watching this in May 2025. But either way, if you were drawn to this video and you clicked on it, then this is the right time for you to do this. So in this video, we're going to talk about emotional dependence. We're going to talk about what this looks like energetically. We're going to talk about the main conflict that you experience and how to cultivate more independence and autonomy. All right, let's jump into it. Hi there. My name is Anna, and I'm a psychic, an energy healer, and a spiritual coach. I empower others to connect deeper with their higher self and to live a life from this place of connectedness. If at any point you feel drawn to working with me one on one, you can find more info in the description box below. Let's begin by talking about emotional dependence. So, what is emotional dependence? I wrote down this definition for you, so I'm going to read it out. Emotional dependence is when you constantly lean on someone else or something else for your emotional balance or stability, like for feeling safe, secure, at ease, confident, worthy. And this part is key now, in a way that robs you of your autonomy, freedom, and free will. As in, you couldn't choose to not rely on that person or that thing and still feel okay. You are emotionally bound to this person or thing, and without them, you feel agitated, unsure, insecure, anxious, depressed, and just not whole. So, what also accompanies emotional dependence often is control, wanting to control this person or this thing that you rely on, which kind of makes sense because you want to be able to control them so that you can easily have access to your fix. And as you can imagine, this can become really manipulative, especially in relationships. The other thing that happens is unconsciously, we're going to try to create our life around this thing that we depend on emotionally. And the best example that comes up that is, very unhealthy is someone that's in an abusive relationship. If they emotionally depend on this person, they're not going to be able to break up with them and leave. And finally, the last thing that I wanted to bring up is the identity part. So our sense of self becomes enmeshed with this other thing that we depend on emotionally. It could be a person, or it could be a job, it could be money, it could be validation from our friends. So our sense of self, without that thing, it becomes split, and it feels so intense if that thing leaves. It feels like a death because it's like a part of you dies, a part of you leaves, and you start to feel very fragmented. It feels very intense, very uncomfortable. So, what does this look like energetically? So, I tuned in and asked to see the energy field of someone that has emotional dependence. And not surprisingly, their energy field looked entirely black. So if you're familiar with my videos or with my psychic readings, then you know that black energy doesn't mean negative energy. Black energy is simply other people's energy in your energy field. So why is that considered non-beneficial? And this is why. So when you're feeling lack, when you feel there's a hole inside of you, and when we emotionally depend on others, we want to take energy from them in order to satisfy that need. And when we take energy from them, we become black in our energy field. We take from their energy, so we become black. And that is not why we're here. Our purpose is to connect to the light inside of us, to our spirit, and to bring the light forward. So when we feel this pain, especially now, if you're being triggered, if you're feeling those emotional patterns, when you feel the discomfort and the pain, that is the moment when you tune in and bring forward the light. It's not the moment to take energy from other people. But we're going to talk about this more later. So, someone that is emotionally dependent has very poor energetic boundaries and energetically mingles with others a lot. So, why does emotional dependence feel so viscerally wrong to us? There's a very simple explanation. It's because it goes against our very nature. At the deepest level, we are all one. We're all connected. But at the same time, we are independent spiritual beings. We are a flame that comes from the same fire. Or you could say that we are a wave in an ocean. And emotional dependence violates both of these aspects that are a part of our true nature. It violates the unity aspect because emotional dependence is rooted in fear. And fear creates separation. It says, I am not whole without you. So, emotional dependence is mimics unity and love. It's a fake kind of connection that we seek when we are actually not connected. And it goes against the independence aspect of it because we seek to lose our independence and we give our power away to something outside of us. So emotional dependence feels viscerally wrong because it severs you from your true nature. It disconnects you from the unity, the wholeness that you are, but also from your sovereignty. So, how do we cultivate more independence and autonomy? First of all, we really have to embrace and accept these challenges, these circumstances that are triggering us, that are arising emotional patterns, because they're making aware of these places, these relationships where we need more independence and autonomy. So we need to be grateful for them, accept them, and embrace them. And with this, we need to understand that life doesn't happen to us, but it happens for us. And this perspective shift really changes everything. Because now, when a circumstance comes up, and let me give an example. Let's say that you are emotionally dependent on your job for feeling worthy, for validation. And currently, the circumstances that your boss is giving you inhumane amounts of work. And really, the challenge here is: are you going to speak up and see something or not? So this is coming up right now because you are emotionally dependent on your job for validation. So this is, I guess, a bit of a bizarre example because the reaction here is actually to not react, to not speak up. So, what do we have to do? We have to create space. So, how are we going to do this? When your boss comes up to you and he's like, or she's like, hey, here's inhumane amounts of work. You have one day, do it. um, let's say they leave and you're feeling really angry, really upset. This isn't fair. You're feeling all of this. The reaction here is to not speak up, to not say anything. So, what are you gonna do? First of all, you don't react in any way. So you don't go into the work. You just take a break, a pause, and sit with the feeling of unworthiness, of needing the validation. Hold it, let it be, and name it, acknowledge it. This is what it means to create space. And as you do this, you are creating the space for your true self, for the light to come in. You are essentially setting yourself free from the emotional dependence and creating more independence and autonomy. And from this place now, you can choose to speak up or maybe not. But from this place where you've accessed and connected to the light, to your true self, and you bring that down, you can make a choice because you are not bound. You are not, you do have a choice from here. If you enjoyed this video and got this far into the video, then please give it a like, subscribe, and give it a comment as well. Let me know what was the most impactful part of the video, what resonated with you, or any other thoughts that you might have. And again, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. It means the world to me. And I hope to see you again soon.